That's not the case. This whole thing in the megaverse is timeless and scale invariant, and only whatever is apprehended. So if you apprehended this one, for example, that's the one that would become to your reality, or reality would be part of that Hubble sphere with those laws of physics. But behind that, this makes the universe very efficient, and et cetera, and recursive, and its evolution. So there's not an evolution in the sense of Big Bang, but the evolution is a continuous evolution outside of time. And I've probably gone about as far as I can to the moment. Again, I apologize. I've been looking forward to this a long time. I want to have a more perfect preparation, but I think you got the general idea of where I'm going with this and what's coming next. You can see its explanatory power. You can see the intricateness of it. And so far, I've found nothing that it can't solve. I'm going to have a little bit of difficulty for a while with integrating electromagnetism and gravitation, but I think I found something to do that, and I'm looking for someone who has a little more mathematical ability than I do that could help me do that in the near term rather than the longer term. And with that, I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Professor Amoroso. I think we have 2 questions. We have time for short questions.
Well, perhaps I missed some part of the explanation, but I will to explain me perhaps in the coffee break. The redshift in this static universe.
Yeah, I hope Vigier will talk more about that this evening, but basically we have now, like I said, the first time it's been not ad hoc. There's a lot of work going on that. So we have something about photon mass for the redshift. What we're going to present is that we take the Hubble radius as a black body cavity. We will have absorption as the redshift and emission as the cosmic microwave background radiation. We have a little bit to do to work out the details of that, but redshift, according to the VGA tire light model, it just couples to the vacuum light a little more, I think a little more elaborate, where it's just a periodic coupling rather than a continuous coupling. But that's where the redshift comes from. And we have now an explanation for the cosmic background radiation, which has been much more lacking. At least people try to attack the redshift, but as far as I'm concerned, the Big Bang no longer exists. And as soon as the formalism of this is taken care of a little more, it's falsifiable. If you flux and test this, we will have the demise of the Big Bang next week.
Okay, 2 comments. One is with your business with polyhedra, you're going to extra dimensions. There's actually a formal apparatus for doing this. They're called Coxeter groups, and you can use these Coxeter groups to understand bile chambers and reflections. Bile chamber walls. The other is that the last picture that you had, it was in Scientific American about 2 years ago, and it involved multiply connected topological universes. I looked at a universe that's a 3 torus, and I found some rather unfortunate results. If that universe collapses back on itself, and let's assume it has enough mass and energy to come back on itself, what happens is that space-like separations end up defining a Cauchy horizon where light rays pile up. And that to the future of that, the whole universe becomes a time machine. Now, a number of things. I mean, it would take a certain amount of temerity, I think, for anyone to want to cross through a Cauchy horizon, because as those light rays pile up to it, they become shifted blue. I'm not so sure that you can survive the experience, and then I'm not a real big fan of the idea of time machines and things like that. So. Well, yeah, it's just really kind of a comment.
Well, I mean, I may use slightly different physics. I mean, there's problems with us crossing the domain into another part of the megaverse, especially if we have a different space-time structure. Some people have done that recently, of trying to pull something out of 3-dimensional space to 4-dimensional space. But I think a special type of telescope could be invented that would have access to the other dimensions. And you can almost pretty much assume that any of the physics we have at the moment is going to be superseded practically every day. So I don't even think that interferes with the megaverse model that I presented. They will find a way to describe the whole thing as far as I'm concerned. So.
Thank you very much again. now call upon the next speaker,